All right, how's it going, everyone? MMA Island team, we have the fight picks, and we have Shane Young taking on not Nate Landwehr, short notice replacement in Slovakia's Ludovit Klein, and I'm going to pass this one off to Chris to start.
So entering this fight with Klein, stepping up to the plate to take on Young, I feel like he's a very game opponent. He's a very game replacement. You look at his record, 16 wins, 2 losses, and the thing with his record is that out of all of his 16 victories, 15 have come by finish, and that's nearly like almost a perfect 50% for submissions and KOs. So like as you can see, he's a very well-rounded fighter. He's comfortable on the ground. He's comfortable on the feet, and we like Young is definitely UFC caliber. He took a young or younger Volkanovski, and he took him to a decision. So I mean that's a pretty impressive feat as well. Uh, I have to lean towards Klein on this one. I feel like the more experience he has, I know he hasn't fought, UFC. I mean, he might have fought UFC caliber opponents, but outside the promotion, of course. Um, but with this fight, I just don't think. I mean, Young's a hard fighter to finish, and Klein's only been to decision, or he's only won by decision once. So like with Young, it's yes, he probably has an advantage in cardio, but with Klein, like I feel like he should be able to close in for a finish maybe early on, but I wouldn't be surprised if Young pulls off a decision win off of this one. But I feel like Klein's is the more well-rounded fighter. I feel like anywhere the fight goes, he should have the advantage. But I haven't seen much of Young, so I'm gonna pass it on to Zach.
So we have the first and certainly not the last city kickboxing fighter take the stage tonight in Shane Young. And it's kind of unfair if you're Shane Young making your debut against future teammate and should be current number one contender, but somehow featherweight champion.
I would have to disagree with that.
We're getting off the point here. But of course he lost to Volkanovski. That's gonna happen. I can excuse that loss, but then he goes into his next fight and he shows why he is allowed and he really belongs here. Taking on Rolando Dye and Austin Arnett, maybe you can say they're not the highest quality of opponent, but he did what he should have done to them, nearly doubling their output. And that's something we've seen from Shane Young, the volume striking. This man is a volume striking machine. He will go forward and he does not tire out. He will throw lots of great shots, and you have to value his camp that he is from, City Kickboxing. They make some of the absolute best game plans you will ever see. And it's just amazing how their fighters are able to just outsmart and just work their opponents perfectly. And maybe they're hurting that a little bit because this is a short notice opponent. And Ludovit Klein, we know he is a very, very technical striker. Now, he has a lot of submissions on his record, but if you look at it, they are almost all spread out throughout his early career. And he's kind of settled more into his ways as a striker, as he hasn't had a submission win ever since 2017. And this is an absolutely massive step up for Ludovit Klein. Like, he's never fought an opponent anywhere close to the caliber of Shane Young, and especially not one who's going to bring the pressure and the volume striking that Shane Young is going to bring to him. I mean, in 3 UFC fights, while not the biggest sample size, mind you, 6.10 significant strikes landed per minute with a 40% accuracy is absolutely solid. I feel like this fight's going to stay on the feet. I don't see Ludovit Klein going for the takedown. I think he's going to try and work his range striking game, which is what he does. But if Shane Young enters on the inside, which I think he's going to do because we know how good Ludovit Klein is with his kicks. But if you get inside and he's outside of Klein's kicking range, then Klein is not going to win this fight. He's going to have a lot of trouble dealing with Young on the inside. And that's why I think Young's going to kind of cruise to a decision here. Not my lock of the night, but I have a kind of high confidence that Shane Young is going to get it done. We got the rhymes and we got the end of this fight pick video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know what to do. You got to keep on watching. Leave in the comments if who you think is right. We need you to break the tie. We are 1 for 1. First disagreement Will they continue? We shall see. See you guys in the next fight pick video.